What's up, real MVPs, Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into the daily video that we love to do here on the channel. This is the video where we take a look at the dampest of dudes, the soggiest of shooters, the moistest of men, and sometimes even the mistiest of misses. These are our wet boys, where basically these are our players of the game from the day prior. Have to apologize. Sorry that today's video is a little bit late. Sorry for that also. We usually like to get these out earlier, but had a busy day today with mock draft recording and everything. So these are our wet boys from not the 16th, the 17th of May. From Monday, and these are the players who popped off. How it works is every single person here at MVP, Dave, Jake, Soapy, and myself get to nominate a wet boy, and then the patrons, silver and above, so check out patreon.com/MVPvids, silver and above, get to vote on a wet boy each and every day as well. However, we do have a community tab that we put a poll also in case you are not able to support us, can get your voice heard as well. We got a controversial episode here of Wet Boys, and usually I would start with the man, the myth, the legend, Dave Oster, but I am going to take Dave and Jake's. I'm pushing them to the side. They are going to be last. We're saving the best for last here on the video today. So that means we're going to start off with mine, and really, I'm going to the NHL. The Frozen Fellow is coming out. I'm giving a wet boy to Brad Marchand of the Boston Bruins. The Boston Bruins. Only had one goal. I know 1 point, one plus minus of one. But, you put in a game winner 30 seconds into overtime to tie the series 1-1 with the Washington Capitals. You're going to get a wet boy. I mean, he took a great pass cross ice, one-timer, hit the open net on the backside of the goalie, got his team the dub, and they tied the series 1-1, heading now into Game 3, as I believe they were in Boston. Now they go back to, they go to Washington. NHL fans, correct me if I'm wrong there, but yeah, Marchand getting the game winner. You're going to get a wet boy when you hit a game winner. For me, it was which hockey player did I want to give the wet boy to. There were some that had more goals, like a Jordan Staal for the Carolina Hurricanes. But, game winner trumps all, especially when it's an overtime sudden death game winner. Soapy is going on the negative side. He's giving a dry dude to the Kings organization. And the reason why he is giving a dry dude to the Kings organization or the Kings front office is because they didn't fire Luke Walton. They came out and said, you know what, Luke Walton will most likely be the head coach for next season. And, Soapy said, this should have happened. They should have fired Luke Walton. He does not deserve to be the Kings head coach. And Soapy said, you know what, I got to go negative. I got to give the entire front office for the Kings a dry dude because they didn't make the obvious move and firing Luke Walton, because Luke Walton does not know what he is doing, and the Kings are a dumpster fire because of it. So we got a wet boy, we got a dry dude. The patrons, this is so the last few patrons and then Jake and Dave, like I said, we got a little spice here. First off with the patrons did not vote today, folks. So that means one thing. The community vote comes down to who gets the 5th wet boy nomination. We are using the YouTube voting clause, where if the patrons do not vote for a wet boy, they pass their nomination to the community, to the rest of you. So anyone who voted on our community tab for the day, thank you for contributing. And this is how the vote ran out today. Had Yu Darvish, Tuukka Rask, like I mentioned, Jordan Staal had some goals. White Sox as a team went off against the Twins. They had numerous hitters that deserved wet boys. And then you had Landeskog of the Avalanche as well, had himself a good game. And that means you guys see it from the poll. Yu Darvish, he's our wet boy for the 5th one. The community going with Yu Darvish, who had 10 Ks in 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, had a really nice outing, and he's had some good games since being traded to the San Diego Padres. So a little bit of spice here. Just the patrons not wanting their vote. The community gets to vote on that wet boy. Then the real controversy. We have, for the first time in Wet Boys history, a contested boy. Soapy, thank you for the name. It is a contested boy because Dave is giving him love. Jake is giving him hate. And first we'll start with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dave Oster. Dave said, I got to give a wet boy to Adam Silver. You know, the play-in tournament. We get, and this is an exact quote from Dave, we get Steph versus LeBron and Celtics Wizards right away. So Dave is like, yes, thank you, Adam Silver. Thank you, fearless leader, for giving us this play-in tournament so that we can get these games before the playoffs, these kind of do-or-die games going into the NBA playoffs. Well, Jake is on the other side of things. Jake is like, I do not like the play-in tournament. There should not be a play-in tournament. So instead of giving the wet boy to Adam Silver, he wants to give the dry dude to Adolph Silver. He says the play-in tournament, he should get a dry dude for adding games to an already condensed season before the playoffs even start. So Jake is on the other side. He's saying, no. We should not give Adam Silver love. We should give him the hate for being Adolph Silver and for basically forcing this play-in tournament to be played when it didn't need to be happened. It did not have to happen. We could have had a regular season. So this is where to me, I'm like, what do we do? This is the first contested boy that we've ever had on the show. And I asked Soapy, I asked Jake, I asked our group text, I said, well, do we have the fans vote? And Dave said, sure. So here's what we're going to do. It's up to you guys. You guys need to tell us in the comment section, does Adam Silver deserve the wet boy or does Adolph Silver deserve the dry dude? Where do you stand on this play-in tournament? Does he deserve the wet boy? Is Adam Silver the genius that Dave says he is? Or is he Adolph Silver and deserves the dry dude because he is a ruthless dictator of the NBA and deserves to be shunned for having the play-in tournament as an idea for this season? Let us know, obviously, what you guys think down below in the comments section. Let us know about any of the other wet boys or dry dudes that we had today. Remember, if you want to get in on the official vote, you can by becoming a $5 patron at the least at patreon.com/MVPvids. Otherwise, you can vote every day on our community tab if you are not able to support us. I want to thank you guys for everything you do, for liking, sharing, supporting, however you do it. Thank you for subscribing. We couldn't do this without the love and support of our fans, so thank you for that. We'll be back tomorrow with more Wet Boys, and as always, have a good day, everybody.